Going on YouTube, man? It's your boy Big Pain back with another video, man. And before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That's under my bed. I take that out. But yeah, so I know I haven't been dropping no videos like that, and it's week 3. You get what I'm saying? But for the main thing, my phone has been acting up, and let me turn the light on in here. My phone has been acting up, and that's just been the reason why. But you know. There's a lot of things going on with our team, and first things first, I want to give a shout out to Howie Roseman because I like the roster that he's built. But I feel as though, if Nick Sirianni ends up getting fired, we need to stop getting coaches from Andy Reid tree. You get what I'm saying? Because these guys abandon the run like no other. I'm tired of it. You get what I'm saying? If you know the history of the coaches, Doug Peterson used to be the offensive coordinator for Andy Reid back in Kansas City. If you remember Andy Reid when he was coaching for the Eagles, they said he used to abandon the run at times. He's doing it over there in Kansas City. All he does is go up top, throw the ball. Miles Sanders had 2 carries for us. That's unacceptable. You look at teams like the Colts that that came from Doug Peterson, Frank Reich. They run the ball. And when Frank Reich was our OC, we ran the ball. So we ran the ball during the Super Bowl years with LeGarrette Blount and Jay Ajayi. So this has me thinking that, Frank Reich was a bigger component than we give him credit for. Even if you give him credit, give him more credit. Because we didn't run the ball like that since. The closest we got to that was when we had Jordan Howard against Green Bay. And we scored so many times with our running game, and Wentz scored 3 touchdowns. That was like the closest we got to that. But let's get back to what I'm saying. Sirianni, he really does not run the ball. Jalen Hurts had a bad game. The interception, the pick 6, Devontae Smith slipped. But that shouldn't even have been his read anyway. But, that wasn't all on him. He missed Goddard. I turned the game off after, that pick 6. Can't even lie to you. So anything after that, I really can't speak on. But Miles Sanders had one run coming out the half, I believe, or was it the second half? At the end of the first half or beginning of the second half, where he broke it for 20 yards, and then we didn't run the ball after that. How don't you feed him again? Jalen Hurts can sit here and say it's all on him, as he should, as a leader should, but he knows damn well that he's not supposed to have 8 carries and Miles Sanders only has 2 carries. What's going on, man? I really can't understand how we got a physical O-line, even with dudes going out. We still have Kelsey. We got the rookie out there. We have Lane Johnson. We still have a number 1 pick. A first round pick at left tackle. Even though he's the backup, he's still a great talent on the roster. We have a talented, deep O-line that we could just run the ball against anybody. We could run up the middle. You've seen what Miles Sanders can do. He doesn't dance around anymore. He hits the hole. And it's I don't get why, we don't run the ball. The defense definitely, in my opinion, it didn't look as good. I think that Brandon Graham loss was a big loss. I didn't see much out of Barnett. He racks up a lot of penalties. We have to come back on the penalties. But as a defense, Dak Prescott did his thing, and I can't really get mad at the defense in a way because they did hold the receivers down in yardage. The tight end was the main one doing damage. But what can a defense do against a high offense like that when it's consistently 3 and outs and turnovers? We turned the ball over 2 times. We have an offense that we have to go against next week. Thankfully, it's at home, but even still, those dudes want to win, and those dudes have been to the Super Bowl out of the last 2 years in Kansas City. So if they can do that to us, Dallas, without Michael Gallup, then what do you think the Chiefs can do to us? You get what I'm saying? So just imagine if the Cowboys tight ends doing damage what Kelsey can do to us. Now, we did hold back the two tight ends and Kyle Pitts and then what's his name, George Kittle. So maybe this is just, we didn't game plan for the tight ends. So it is what it is. But our linebackers are really garbage. We got to fix that. Hopefully Davion Taylor could get on the field, show something. But it's looking like upcoming next draft, we need to draft a linebacker first round. We got to address this. Our linebackers have been trashed for years. That's why they are able to run up directly up the middle against us, because our linebackers are trash. I'm sorry. I'm calling a spade a spade. Our linebackers are trash. They can't cover. They're not really run stoppers. So it's like, what are you good for? Like, you know how like you got some guys that are specialists at something. These guys are specialists at nothing at times. The first 2 weeks, I'm not going to forget what they did. I'm not going to discredit them neither. So maybe this is just an off week. Everybody has their week. So as a whole, since coming up to three weeks, the defense has looked good 2 out of the 3 games. So I'm going to just hold this to an outlier game. But that offense has been garbage for 2 out of 3 games. And this is all on coaching. We have to run the ball. We come out the shotgun a lot, which got me thinking, do you trust Hurts outside of RPOs, short throws? Do you trust him out of any other situation besides that? Because if you don't, then he doesn't need to be the quarterback. Simple. I'm one of the people that said I wanted Deshaun Watson, but those rumors don't matter right now because there's no point in speaking on it because we're not getting him anytime soon. And, I'm one of the people that said early on, if you look at one of my videos, that Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz held the ball for too long for 2 different reasons. Carson Wentz held the ball too long because he was too aggressive trying to be Brett Favre, but Jalen Hurts held the ball too long because he couldn't make reads. This is something that I said in one of my previous videos. I may attach it to this one or add it to another video later on, but I definitely said that, and it's looking like he can't make reads right now. I'm sorry. I know that we ran the ball too much, but I have to take all of this into consideration as well. I know I can't just, I have to, me coming on here speaking sports, I have to say what I see. We didn't run the ball. That's the main problem right there. That's the main problem. That's like 90% of the problem right there. But when we look at some of them reads that he was making, it wasn't a good read. I'm sorry. I gotta call a spade a spade. Hopefully we could get it together next week. Shout out to Ertz for scoring that touchdown. I had his jersey on. So that's one of my favorite people of all time in the Eagles uniform. Happy that he's still here. Shout out to Goddard. Like we was gonna make a point of getting the tight ends open. Hurts missed him. And I got a question. What's going on with our receivers right now? Not because of the fact that, they aren't good, but it's like, sometimes I feel like they have problems with separation. However, one thing I can say, Hurts' deep ball has to improve. This is the second week in a row when he missed Rager. He didn't lead Rager to the back of the end zone. He did not do it. And not a question of arm strength, because I seen him make a big throw to Quez Watkins, but just a question of, does he trust himself in throwing those deep passes? Because I seen him make deep passes at the Combine. I seen him make deep passes at Oklahoma, Alabama. He's made deep passes here, but it looks like he's just floats it up sometimes. You have to drive the football downfield. It's either you overthrow him or it lands in his hand. There's no in between. You cannot float that in the air. We don't have 50-50 receivers, especially when the dude has a step on him. You get what I'm saying? So those are the passes that you're supposed to throw up to like Whiteside or like Goddard or somebody like that. Not to no receiver that has got a step on somebody. You get what I'm saying? And Miles Sanders, I made this statement before and I'm going to make it again. Miles Sanders, pay Miles Sanders. Let me tell you why. He does not get the ball anyway. He doesn't get the ball anyway. He's probably for him to be in what? He's been in the league since, was it 2019 or 2018? But for him to be in the league for those many years and for him not to get any carries, he's basically a fresh running back. I would pay him. Especially with Gainwell doing the same thing as he does. We have to move up some power backs. I think you have to move Boston Scott to the practice squad. I think you have to move up a Jordan Howard. I think if you don't trust Miles Sanders to run up the middle, that's on you. But I seen him run up the middle. But if you don't trust him to run up the middle, then bring up Jordan Howard. There's no reason to have 3 receiving backs and 3 elusive backs on the same roster. Add a power back in Jordan Howard. He's already on the practice squad. There's no point in picking him up if you're not going to use him. He can run block, pass block, everything. He's a total package at running back. He can catch as well. I don't get why we even let him go in the first place. That was one of my favorite players, So we're going to see what's going to happen. Nick Sirianni, you got to adjust, man. And, we're going to leave it at that. I know the front office loves to pass the ball, saying this is a passing league, but Tom Brady has won most of these Super Bowls off of being a balanced team. We won off being a balanced team. Chiefs are basically one of the few teams that just went off of just throwing the ball all day. And when they got exposed in the Super Bowl, and they began to expose all season because people have been keying in on Tyreek Hill and banking on the fact that they're not going to take anything underneath and they're not going to run the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran for 17 carries and like 100 yards. How don't you feed him at least 25 carries? At least. This is what I'm saying. These coaches be our downfall, and they're going to be the reason why we're going to win or lose, bottom line. We gave up 2 games, guaranteed 1 game. I can guarantee that 49ers game, we're supposed to at least have 2 wins right now, at least in my opinion. Shout out to Dallas for getting that win, man. It hurt to say it, but they were the better team. They're better prepared. They're a better coach. Everything. Micah Parsons made a crazy play. If he's able to be a DN, a pass rusher, stand up and be a pass rusher and go drop back in coverage like a linebacker, he will be eventually the best defensive player in the league. I'm telling you, if he's able to do that consistently, for him to be able to run as fast as he's able to, and he's still able to run around linemen, if he's able to do that, he will be the best defensive player in the league in a few years. I can guarantee it, because what he's able to do is a problem at linebacker, is a problem. True life problem. Shout out to Dallas for drafting him. Y'all made the right pick, even though y'all didn't get the corner y'all wanted. Y'all got somebody in the front 7 that can contain a read option and drop in coverage and rush the passer. Shout out to y'all for getting him. Hate to see him in Dallas, but it is what it is, man. We got to get our shit together, man. Catch y'all later.